I'm telling you guys, man, there has been a bit of a sea change on the issue of war crimes, and it is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. So, as I told you guys, I've been doing this full-time since 2012. We talk endlessly about politics, including foreign policy. There's been a bunch of war crimes that have happened since I started doing this show, and certainly since I started following politics. And there's not a single time I can remember in the past of the media going, yeah, it's a war crime. Like, sort of saying it unequivocally and clearly. And there were plenty potential examples you could have pointed to. Trump's killing of Qasem Soleimani, that was totally illegal. He lured him there with the promise of diplomacy, and it was totally fake. Just murdered him. That's one example. Another example is the hospital attack that actually happened under Barack Obama. What was it? The Kunduz Hospital, I believe. They wound up killing a whole bunch of innocent people there. Trump, of course, increased drone strikes over 400%. His first raid as president killed a young American girl. There's a lot of examples of war crimes that I look at and I clearly say that's a war crime, but mainstream media never does. And again, I think it's because of bias. I think baked into their minds, if they work at these outlets, is this notion of like, look, we're the good guys. So even if we do something bad, we didn't mean to do bad. We meant well, so it doesn't really count. And that's a bullshit perspective. But to break through in a way where now even mainstream media is going, that's clearly illegal. That's clearly a war crime. Holy shit, did you fuck up? Holy shit, did you fuck up? So now everybody's saying Pete Hegseth committed a war crime the thing is, it's the double tap, right? Like, all of the bombings of these fishing boats in the Caribbean, they're all illegal. And the media is kind of refusing to say that part. But they are willing to say the double tap was illegal because literally in the textbook on stuff like this is an example of an illegal order is like, oh, bombing a ship and then you see people alive and then you come back and bomb to kill them again. That's like the classic example. That's definitely illegal. So, but there's even more happening than you realize. So it's not just, CNN, MSNBC, like the outlets that you would think might say, hey, this is kind of illegal. Now, Newsmax is getting in on the fun. Newsmax is flat out a MAGA network. Its whole existence is to be MAGA, right? And the same thing with One American News, in the same way that like Daily Wire does what they do. Like the whole thing is, let's be MAGA. Well, guess what? They have on libertarian Judge Napolitano, Andrew Napolitano, and listen to what he says. This is a first. This is hell might have frozen over a little bit here. Watch this.
Gives me no pleasure to say what I'm about to say because I worked with Pete Hegseth for 7 or 8 years at Fox News. This is an act of a war crime, ordering survivors who the law requires be rescued instead to be murdered. There's absolutely no legal basis for it. Everybody along the line who did it, from the Secretary of Defense to the Admiral to the people who actually pulled the trigger, should be prosecuted for a war crime for killing these two people.
Newsmax, unequivocally, this is a war crime. Holy shit, this regime is falling apart, dog. They are falling apart. And he's right. Who else made a great point? Senator Chris Van Hollen. He said, it's not even a war crime because in order for it to be a war crime, you would have to officially be at war. We're not at war. Congress never passed a declaration of war. Trump never even declared war on Venezuela. So what this is, Chris Van Hollen says, is just murder. It's not even a war crime. It's just murder. You are a murderer for this. So naturally, you have Hegseth and Trump are blaming the admiral. They are passing the buck, blaming the admiral, trying to get a fall guy. They want a fall guy to take the fall for them. And by the way, just everybody in the military, take note, y'all. Take note. Because this is what they think of you. This is how they'll defend you. They won't. They just won't defend you. You're on your fucking own. You're just on your own. So they will throw you under the bus immediately for a decision that they made. Meanwhile, Trump tweeted that he made the decision on September 2nd. And Hegseth was also on Fox News soon thereafter saying he made the decision. So there's evidence both of them were the ones calling the shots and saying, kill everybody, kill them all is what Pete Hegseth said, right? So, but now that the pressure's on, the heat is on, everybody knows it's a war crime, everybody's talking about it as such, Who, me? I don't even know what you're talking about. The Admiral did it. And by the way, the Admiral, we defend you. We think you were right to do it, bro. These people are total scumbags. So look, they cannot and should not waste this moment, bro. Democrats should move to impeach, and they should keep making a big stink about this. The fact that you have mainstream media saying it, you have Democrats saying it, you even have libertarians saying it, they're talking about it on Newsmax, you absolutely can probably scrape some support from Massey, Rand Paul, maybe a handful of others in the Republican Party, but the whole Democratic Party should be totally unified on this and should be screaming from the rooftops about it. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. This is crazy what we're looking at here. So they finally woke up. It took them long enough, but the media finally woke up a little bit, and they're talking about this as what it is. Now, all I would do is beg them and implore them, talk about the rest of the strikes the exact same way. Because all the other strikes, yes, the first strikes, they're all illegal. There's been over 20 bombings. 83 people have been killed. We know that some are fishermen from Trinidad and Tobago. Some are fishermen from Colombia. Some are fishermen from Venezuela. Every single one of those lives that was lost was a crime, was a war crime. People should be arrested. They should be tried. From the top who made the decision all the way down to the people who pressed the button, they should all be fucking tried, and we should uphold rule of law. This is why you have, by the way, people in the U.S. military now begging for legal advice from outside counsel, going, am I really allowed to do this shit? Because they know, they sense it, they feel it. They're like, this isn't right. Something's wrong here. This is not correct. And that's true. So, Jesus Christ, man. For the love of God, let's get some accountability. Let's get some consequences for once in our lives. Let's see some justice done. We need to see justice done. I am begging for justice to be done. Arrest these motherfuckers. Try them. Impeach them. Let's get to work. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.